This is a long overdue video. I've been gone from YouTube for the past almost a year. I started doing YouTube back up not too long ago. I figured I should tell you guys at least what I've been up to. I guess let's just start with last year. Last year was pretty rough. Kind of hit me by surprise. Lost two of my dogs within a month of each other, and that kind of took me by surprise, took the whole family by surprise. So I kind of just took a step back from, social media and YouTube and just kind of lived my life. I started going to more car events, car shows, car races, and instead of filming for YouTube, I kind of just started to enjoy it for myself, really, because before I would go to these events and I'd spend a lot of time just trying to film it and document it and not really see it for myself, like with my own eyes. So it was kind of nice to just like take a step back and just kind of enjoy the events again for for what they are, instead of just trying to capture like the viral moments or the accidents. It definitely taught me a lot last year. Doing YouTube, I met some pretty cool people. Two people, actually three people, which stand out the most to me. First being Dennis. He inspired me to take my pro racing classes, through NASA. Same day at Willow Springs, I met a guy named Don who kind of forever changed my path and the way I looked at things. And then meeting another person at the Haggerty meet. His name is Preston. He was a sim racer, and what he said kind of rung true to me too.
To me, if I'm not gonna compete to win, then why even do compete? Damn! I'd rather just prepare so that way when I do want to compete, I'm here.
True competitor right here.
I guess last year I told you guys that I was gonna go full heads on with the racing journey, and I was gonna show you guys step by step and through each video, my journey. But I kind of took a step back from that because I met Don, and he told me one thing. It's if you love something enough, you'll find a way to earn the money. And for me, racing never seemed very accessible to me because, it's very expensive. Cars break, you need parts, you need just stuff to maintain the car. And so last year I was vlogging the start of my race journey. I was going strong. I was trying to go to every single race event and document it for you guys and show you guys, my whole process of becoming a pro racer and getting my license. But, I met some people along the way that kind of changed my perspective on things. And I met one person through the Haggerty meet, and his name was Preston. And he said some things that kind of resonated with me, and I kind of, found myself, on the same boat as him. And for him, Dennis was kind of telling him, come out to the events more, come drive more. And to him, it was he didn't have the money, and he much rather spend that time practicing on the sim. And I kind of thought about it, and he's right. For me at least, I don't have the luxury of having multiple cars. I don't have the luxury of having a beater car to get on the track with. And I kind of took a step back, really trying to figure out where I'm going to get the funding in order to do this. So I started to really look at the things I'm good at and what I really wanted out of life. And with that, I kickstarted something that I used to be really into but kind of didn't really put too much thought in, which was I was a graphic designer. And with that, I started my own clothing company. In fact, I'm actually wearing the shirt right here, Noble Tribe. And on my phone case, it actually says the Fear Thou Not sticker. Yeah, for me, it was honestly a cool way to kind of come full circle. For me, it was at least being able to practice designing and just design for fun. It was also a way for me to have a clothing business and something to fund my racing journey, because all that stuff is expensive unless I get sponsors. And then which kind of brought me back to the YouTube side as well. I need to put videos out there. I need to show my face. I need to show people that I'm likable, that maybe then hopefully people will just kind of follow me along on this journey. People will just kind of support me on my endeavors and whatnot. I also bought a lot of new camera gear, more gear than I know what to do with. So this year has been a lot of just trying to make each and every video more professional. It's really me just trying to just put myself out there more and let people know that this is what I want to do and do what I can to get there. You know, I've been practicing a lot on the sim rig. I don't know if you guys remember, but I got a sim rig last year. That's been fun. I've been playing with some of my friends, so that's been fun. And I feel like for me, like, I want to build a PC, but I feel like as long as you're having fun, then it doesn't matter, you know? So, you know, I definitely want to get more into the race scene, and, you know, hopefully I kind of want to dip my toes into making some sort of documentary, even short films in the future, whether it's, you know, going to Hot Pit Auto Fest or any of those race events and documenting one of the pro racers, and, you know, just doing it for free, just for my own sake, for my own portfolio, for practice. My goal in the future is to get like a pretty cheap beater Miata car, because I only have one car right now, and if something broke on it, I do not have the money to fix it. So, you know, I'm trying my best to just make things work, you know. So yeah, I mean, that's where I've been at, you know, the last almost a year, I guess. Started the clothing brand in, I want to say February, and then so far it's been going strong. And hopefully, I will see you guys rocking some more of my merch and supporting my journey. Yeah, you can expect more vlogs, more confessionals in the vlogs. I feel like you guys have been enjoying that, so I've been having fun making them because I get to play with the lighting around here and kind of just ask, you know, fun, silly questions. And you'll definitely see my journey as I grow in becoming, you know, just a better videographer or filmmaker, and also just me and my journey to become a pro driver, you know. And I think that's gonna start with getting enough funds and getting a Miata. Guess that's it. Yeah. The end.